Hello. The topic that I'm going to touch right now is on fear, and this will be in three parts. And the first part I'm going to talk about is the fear of success. Now, it might seem like an oxymoron. Everybody wants to be successful, so why should one fear success? Well, actually, I found it to be one of the most common fears that people have. So they don't apply themselves to the full capacity because they're fear. They have a fear of being successful. Case in point, I have a friend. Let's call this friend John Doe. So John Doe happens to be one of the most artistic and intellectual and just a genius, basically. So basically one of like the smartest people that I have ever met. The way that his mind works is just really phenomenal, and it would really blow you away. And John Doe has about 18 years experience in his field. John Doe is a part of one of the most in-demand fields with the most in-demand skills, yet John Doe is living a menial, less than hand-to-mouth existence. It slightly angers me to think that he would be living such a life when there's so many incompetent people that live menial lives because they have no choice. You know, they're limited by their intellect, they're limited by their physical ability, their mental, emotional ability. And here is John Doe with all this knowledge, all this skill, all this acumen, and John Doe doesn't even have his own apartment. And I met John Doe, I don't know, 8 years ago. And John Doe is in a lesser position now than he was when I first met him. And I'm thinking to myself, can I have like a machine to zap your brain of what you know and capitalize on it? Why on earth would you, John Doe, choose to live such a life? Now, I mean, I know everyone doesn't want to get rich. Not everyone wants to make a big salary, and that's fine. Different strokes for different folks. I don't knock anyone for wanting a life of simplicity or wanting, you know, a life of luxury. Whatever, it's your life, so you choose whatever you want. But there's no way he should be barely surviving when he has the most in-demand skills. He has web skills, social media skills. He has all the skills that are highly in demand now when it comes to e-commerce and the internet and marketing. Yet he does absolutely nothing with it. And it boggles my mind as to why he wouldn't do anything with it. And he fears success. I said, you know, John Doe, you have all these awesome skills. Why aren't you capitalizing on it? And you know, you have your little business on the side that you had for a while. Why haven't you built the relationships with your current clients or your previous clients to the point where they can refer you and you can get a steady income, so you can at least have your own place, at least be on your feet, at least not starve for days when you have all this knowledge inside of your head? I don't understand it. Now, John Doe is anti-corporate America, and you know, I understand his perspective. Yes, there are a lot of unethical people within corporate America, but I mean, when you look at some of the current business trends, right? You look at corporate social responsibility, you look at the eco movement, you look at the ethical movement. John Doe, why aren't you building your network around the people that have the sameness of mind, the same visions, the same goals, the same values, and use your skills? Ethical businesses would love to have an ethical web designer, an ethical marketer. Why not make ethics be your USP, your unique selling point? And why not build a hub, build a community with other businesses that are looking to be ethical and cater to them? I mean, those industries are only getting bigger. The eco industry, the green industry, all that stuff, the corporate social responsibility, they have committees, they have this, they have that to, you know, capitalize on it, John Doe. Like, what's wrong with you? You don't, it's okay to be anti-corporate America, but if you can still capitalize on it and maintain your integrity, why wouldn't you do that and be living a decent life? You know, it makes absolutely no sense. If I had your knowledge, I'd probably be a millionaire today, honestly speaking. I don't know what the future holds, but as of now, if I had that same kind of capacity, I would be doing it, really. But it's a fear of success. I even offered, I said, you know, I'll help you with your business plan, your business strategy, you know, because I care about you and I see that you have the potential. Maybe you just need a jump start. And he said, okay, and you know, it's months later, he still hasn't gotten back to me because he most likely is scared and he doesn't want to do it, you know. And don't fear success. Success is a good thing. You can set the limits or the boundaries as to how far you want to go. Now, if he wanted to be a very small company, he can remain small. No one says he has to become a multi-million-dollar company. No, it's entirely up to him. But he can still do something with what he knows and maximize his potential so that he can actually live a decent life, you know. So many people wish they had what he has, the knowledge that he has and the know-how, but he does absolutely nothing with it. And his skills are in demand, his knowledge is in demand. I even said, John Doe, how about this? Okay, what you do, you will have low, if any, overhead costs. You can have workers that work remotely. Why don't you set up a structure so that, let's say you charge your clients minimum $35 an hour. Okay, you charge them $35, you take $20 to $25, and you pay the designers $10 to $15 an hour. So right off the top, even if you're not physically doing anything, just by having those laborers and just by establishing your reputational asset, you can make money. And the word of mouth is the biggest form of advertising. It can, you know, one thing leads to another, and the word will get out about you. And there's so many free outlets for marketing, so many low-cost outlets for marketing. You know, there's so many things you can do, and of course there was an excuse for not wanting to do that either. And I mean, what can you really do? But the point is that do not fear success. Success is your friend. Success will take you places, and if you have the knowledge and the know-how, do humanity a favor by using it and not sitting there like a stump on a log and living such a borderline poverty conditions. There's so many people out there that are in poverty that can't help it. They were born in poverty. There's no way that they can get out of it. And you're in a country, America, one of the best countries in the world, where there's so much opportunities and you do not capitalize on it. It's a shame. I feel like it's a crying shame, to be honest with you, but let me not get too passionate. But that's the word of today. Do not fear success. Success is your friend. And do not have all this knowledge and know-how and acumen and do absolutely nothing with it when the person next to you would wish that they had half the brains or the knowledge and the know-how that you have, and you do nothing with it. It's just being a waste of matter in a sense.